You know what I mean? It's through conversations, you know. Walk me through the procedure when kids come into your classroom. You know what I mean? And then when they walk me through it, I'll wait a little while and then I'll go hang out and watch it for myself.
Yeah.
And see if what I'm seeing matches what they're intending for it to be.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
Okay. And so kind of sussing out a bit of that class climate.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And then what steps are involved in bringing... That one startled me. So what steps are involved in bringing a teacher's performance up to expectations?
Well, the first step to me is getting in there and seeing it for myself. You know, like if the instructional specialists come through and say, hey, I've just kind of told them, if you see some red flags, let me know for sure.
Yeah.
And so then I'll go in there, I'll wait a day or two, and I'll go in there and I'll see it for myself. And then it's a conversation.
Yeah.
You know, because once again, I'm trying to build a culture or change a culture, okay? And I say it's not me. We are trying to do that, but I'm leading that charge, right? So the first thing for me to determine through that initial conversation is, okay, is that person... There's a lot of things, but is that person willing to try something different?
Right.
Because if they're willing, if they care about kids and they're willing to try different things, I can work with people like that.
Yeah.
But if they're selfish and they're stuck in their ways, then we're going to have a long year, and they're not going to be very happy.
Yeah.
Because my ultimate goal is for, you know, I believe that if adults are happy in their work, they produce a better product. And so it's not that I don't like people, it's just I want you to be happy. Right. And your performance right now is just indicating that you're not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what can we do? What do you need? Because I'm always going to approach it like that. Hey, look, I was in there the other day and, you know, I saw a word search. I know I'm new and we haven't had this conversation. I'm not mad at you. But I don't ever want to see those again because that kid's not learning anything from that. So, you know, what was your intention with that?
Yeah.
Well, I thought well, let's find some different ways to do that, okay? I'll help you find some different ways to do that so you don't have to give them that.
Yeah.
Because there's a reason those things are on menus in restaurants. It's to keep kids quiet while their parents eat.
Right.
So it's busy work, and we're not going to do busy work here.
Yeah.
You know, just having a conversation that initially, now, if we get to a point and I'm continuing to have that conversation, then it's going to be very direct. Now, what I hope to always do is get it to a point where it's them admitting they need some help and then me helping them find the ways to, you know, connecting them to the instructional coach.
Right.
Hey, look, just tell them what you need. That's their job to help you. You know what I mean? I always want to do that first. Because if I can get people in a non-threatening way, okay, well, now I'm more comfortable telling you I need help in this too. Okay, well, let's help you in that. And if you're willing to receive the help, great. That's what I want. Because that's what I want our kids to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if you're not, then we're going to have an issue. And it's going to be, I'm just going to tell them that. I'm going to be like, look, this is a problem. So you need to decide whether this is where you want to be. Because this expectation is not going to change.
Right.
A lot of times people make good choices.
Yeah, good. All right. Are there any sort of rewards or bonuses available to high-performing teachers or other staff?
Yes, the district has the incentives built in for the entire district, actually. Two different things. They reward our teachers for if we have distinctions in certain areas. There's some reward for per distinction. And then they have this LIFT program that's a student growth based program. So teachers in core areas, they can gain additional money depending on the growth the students show, the students they have show. And so I'm still learning about that program because it's a little there's a whole system to it that I just know that's the basis of it. Right. Like if I have kids and they grow, I can get a check for that. in December. So for the next December. So there are two components for achievement there, student achievement there. So
okay, interesting. Thank you. And have you had to deal with issues of teacher retainment?
No, I mean, I'm so new that I haven't had to deal with that yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
No,
that's fair. All right. So then moving into school climate, which is one of our last sections.
Okay.
Thank you. Like I told you, I have many questions there.
Yes, right.
So with school climate, how would you characterize school climate here?
Guarded. I don't know if that's climate or culture. I mean, the way I've seen them defined, climate, it can change quickly. Culture's a little bit more embedded. So
right.
So you kind of mean culture.
This one, I think, can be a nice synthesis of the culture and climate.
Okay.
Right.
All right. I would say guarded, and I'm back to trust. You know what I mean? I think through the transition of leadership,
right.
And then through that transition of leadership, message from the district level getting interpreted differently by the teachers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like my most important job this year is to try to build that trust back.
Right.
Like, yes, the district has this expectation, but here's why.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of the why hasn't gotten translated to the teachers. Why are we doing this? Well, here's why we're doing that. Oh, okay, well, that makes sense. Okay, well, so we're good. You know what I mean? So I think one of my biggest things is and I have a very good way to do this because I'm brand new, so I can ask why all day long.
Yeah.
Hey, why do we do this? And then they tell me, and then all I've got to do is communicate to my staff.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And so just building that capacity of trust, because I say guarded because, when trust is in question and when all, people don't know why the decisions that were made, in regards to schedule or in regards to anything else, they're going to make up something.
Right.
You know what I mean? So my thing is just, I'm going to ask people and I'm going to tell you what they tell me. Yeah. And trying to build back that and just build back that joy. I mean, we had culture. There it is. That's the first time I met with my department heads last week. And because we didn't have any time before school started. It was boom, 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 trainings, and then the kids were here.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, guys, we've got to get on the same page. We should have done this before school even started, but we just didn't have time. So I just drew a line in the sand and said, we're meeting on this day to talk about some stuff. And culture was the first thing we talked about.
Yeah.
I said, look, my goal's I want to be happy when I come to work. I spend too much time here to be miserable. I want everybody else to be happy too. So what are some things that we need to do to help make this a place, where the adults are going to be happy coming here, the kids are going to be happy coming here, because we've all got to be on the same team. So just trying to build in some of that teamwork, that culture of, we've got each other's back, we're here to support, but we're also going to, the district, there's a reason they want things done this way, and here's why. So.
Yeah. Okay. And then a little bit of a distinction. How would you characterize the teaching conditions? And this is a little bit more related to issues like around workload and the actual ability to do the work. Teacher condition. I think if I'm able to adjust some things and get that daily PLC, I think that will help. I think the kids rotating back in the schedule now has been a challenge for teachers because that's new and different to them, and they've never had anything like that. You know what I mean? So I think that's been a bit of a challenge. And the effort there was listening to feedback and, when we're off a day, we lose instructional time. The idea there is to make it quality over quantity. Right.
I said, okay, when the kids rotate back, we're getting that time back. But then having having them understand and how to plan appropriately with that. I think that's been a challenge for them.